All right, let Coach open up with a few comments on the game and then take questions.
Yeah, bottom line, we didn't make enough plays in the second half to win the game. Credit to them. Give all the credit to them. They showed up. They made plays. We didn't. And, we had plenty of opportunities in the second half to put the game away. We did not. That's really what it came down to. They made the plays. We didn't. In a tight game like that, that's what it's going to come down to. And that is what it is. Now we got one option. There are no other options but to be a man and step up and come back. There's literally no other option. That's what I just told the team. We got one option. So we're to see what we're made of.
Any update with Brandon?
I got taken for an x-ray. I believe the x-ray was negative, but obviously out for the game. So I'll find out how long he's going to be out.
Thoughts on Grant's performance filling in for it?
Yeah, I thought, Grant came in, obviously did some good things, created the second play with his feet, touchdown run, unbelievable play on the missed snap, on the cadence, to be able to create that. Obviously through the pick, we didn't want that. But I thought he extended plays. I thought he was in a rhythm there for a little bit. And ultimately, he gave us a chance to win the game. So certainly I think some situational football there, not taking sacks in certain situations is critical. So we'll have to teach off that and go. But proud of him, right? Next guy in and gave us a chance to win.
Was going to AJ planned or did something?
Yeah, we had a conversation before the game that if Brendan ever were to go down, they both deserve to play. So started with Grant, got it flowing, gave AJ his drive, and then we just, from there, game got into the fourth quarter, and we felt Grant was just ready to go.
Coach, last week you talked about, ignoring people on the outside who would say same old UMass and stuff like that, talking about your belief. What do you do to go against, guarding against, guys in that locker room losing belief after that?
Yeah, it's exactly what I just kind of told them. Like, it's probably easier this week because we don't have an option. There's no other option but to man up, to nut up, stick together, and see what we got. So, got 2 out-of-conference games left, then we got 8 MAC games. Let's see what we're made of. So, proud of the way they fought, but just didn't make enough plays. I think we underestimated how hard it is to teach people to win. And that's what we just witnessed. We had every reason to win that game, but so did they, and they made the play. So, we've got to stick together.
Obviously, I haven't seen the tape yet, but the pass defense, what do you think the issues are there?
Yeah, I think certainly we were down some guys. That's the facts, not an excuse, but that's the facts. And we couldn't hold up. They beat us. One-on-one matchups beat us again. Story of the game there in third quarter. 2 explosives, 2 touchdowns. So we had it rolling there for pretty much the entire first half up until that last drive. But we just didn't hold up. They beat us one-on-one.
What did you see between the split between Rocco and Brandon Hood? What was the decision making there?
Yeah, just Rocco got off to a pretty good start. I think Brandon can give you a little bit of a jolt. That's usually what you look for in your second running back, third running back, a little jolt at times. But I thought we didn't start off running the ball well in the beginning. I felt like we got it going a little bit, but certainly Brandon gives us a jolt. He's a good player.
How did the pressure brought by their defensive line impact your offensive execution?
Yeah, I think some of those too, we can't take those sacks. The 2 sacks we took late. I think the offensive staff would agree with me. We just got to get rid of that ball on those 2. But I thought for the most part, I don't have the sacks really in front of me. I don't know what it ended up, but I thought our ability to rush the passer for us was more of the problem.
What's the secondary going to look like going into games against Missouri and Iowa?
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I'm not being an a-hole, but I wish I could tell right now. So Malcolm's out, Cam Watkins is out, Ryan Barnes is out, KB got ejected for targeting. We had Brendan Bailey in there. Raheem went down 13, he's out. So J.C. Clark, the freshman, was 1 snap away from going in, who's been on the scout team all week. So, listen, everyone's going to be in this situation. It's not going to be an excuse. We just got to practice those guys this week, and we got to show up, and they'll get an opportunity. So someone's got to take an opportunity, just like tonight. They took theirs, we did not, and they won.
What could be done so limit penalties moving forward? Like there were a couple of drives that were hindered by penalties.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I look at it, those second half drives, we had 2 bad holdings. We had an ineligible downfield. just kind of set us back. So it's discipline. It's playing with good technique. We probably got out of whack on our technique, which leads you to lunge and leads you to do things that you don't want to do in every situation. But those are the three things we talk about, right? The ball, explosive plays, and penalties, and we kind of reverted back. Thought in the first game, I think we only had 5. As I look at it now, we had 9 for 98. So that was them last week. They had 11 for over 100, I think. So certainly those killed us. But I'm guessing when I watch the tape, it's going to be a lack of technique, which led to getting out of position, which led you to hold on either side of the ball. So
For you, how frustrating was it? It seemed like Keegan was able to flip the field a couple of times and you couldn't stop him.
yeah, 100%. You know, we got to take better advantage of that. I mean, he's just such a weapon. You know, I think the second half drives, we started 1 on the -9, which resulted in a punt. Then obviously the -2 was huge. We got a sack, but we you know, -14, -13 first half, -18, -14, -25. We just got to do a better job stringing plays together and ultimately stopping the explosive play. The explosive play is absolutely killing us right now, especially in the pass game. It's killing us.
What could be done to improve red zone execution, especially in the second half?
Yeah, I think you know, a lot of times down in the red zone, your eyes get you in trouble. Red zone doesn't get overly complicated from a defensive standpoint. Usually it's a lot of man, a lot of zero. Third down might call for some zone, but again, it's just we're trying to learn how to win, and we're just not doing the things we need to do, which is our job as coaches to get it done.
Was there any thought when Derek kicked that 53-yard field goal to not kick it and try to go for it there?
No, I think the distance, I believe it was
53?
Yeah, 53 yards, but I think the down and distance was really, if I remember right, it was pretty long. You know, the conversation that we had was that 4th and 12 on the drive before we punted and pinned them, that was a go in the book, 4th and 12. But I just thought with the field position we could pin them, and then we ultimately got the ball back, and because we had our only sack, I think, of the game on that drive. So no, that was a kick all the way. You know, credit to him. His line that way was probably like the 30, 32, and he kicked it from the 35. But you know, let's take ownership too. We missed an extra point. How much did we lose by? 1. So every play matters. Every play matters.
Coach, 0 kick returns against Temple and only 1 tonight against Bryant. Is there a philosophy around?
Yeah, the Temple game ended. Their average start drive was a 17. Ours is the 25 when we fair catch it. Tonight we didn't have Ty. He was out. So didn't really have a spark plug, but we were up TJ McGee in that, and we thought when we went down, we called for the return, wanted to give TJ a chance, and he sparked us. So that'll be a thing moving forward that we got to make a decision on. But just percentage-wise, usually you end up starting a drive from inside the 25. They did a nice job on their returns. Our kickoff coverage was not good tonight. So TY's game to game probably could have, you know, risked it, but I think our medical personnel do a great job. I think our athletic trainers do a great job, and we're never going to put a kid in harm's way. So, but we got to heal up, you know, get some guys back the best we can. But hopefully, at some point, that'll be good for all these guys that get in the game and got to go play.
Thanks, Coach.